Well, it's exactly 70 days since the first positive COVID-19 case was reported in the Bahamas back in March. Deputy Chief Medical Officer Dr. Delon Brennan told our Lloyd Allen today that as the nation prepares to start phase 2 of the 5-phased reopening of the economy, health measures will continue to track, treat, and protect Bahamians.
It's day 2 of the new app set up by health officials to better monitor those placed in quarantine at home. Deputy Chief Medical Officer Dr. Delon Brennan says so far the new measure has encountered some minor challenges for those attempting to install the application on their cell phones.
We are having some minor challenges when it comes to people being able to load it onto their smart devices, having data available to them. So those are some challenges that we anticipated, and so we're trying to get to make sure that they have the ability to add more data to their system. So we are connecting with our telecommunications partners to make sure that that happens, making sure that we walk them through the process. So these are some of as you're piloting these types of projects, these are some of the issues you have to anticipate.
Brennan also gave us this update on the reported 15 missing quarantine patients. He says some have been located while the search continues for the others. In actuality, physical follow-ups, he says, has been a more effective means of keeping contact with these individuals.
We did have some luck in trying to find, the majority of those persons. They were healthy and they were able to be discharged from quarantine. So we feel very comfortable that our measures of in-person going to look for people as opposed to merely calling them on the phone has reaped some benefits.
Regarding continued efforts to assist displaced Bahamians abroad, another repatriation flight is set for 2 p.m. Friday via Bahamas Air. Brennan says health officials are confident the screening protocols are working.
We've had 4 repatriation flights that have come into New Providence thus far. We have groupings that have already been discharged from quarantine that we have, been able to keep track of for the full 14 days. They've all been asymptomatic, and realize that all of these persons that when they come, they are being monitored very closely. The overwhelming majority of them have been able to access testing even before they came. And we know that they weren't shedding virus at the time. So when they're here, we continue to monitor them for the entire time, and it has turned out very well.
The Deputy Chief CMO says to this end, there are also some who have been denied access. This due to protocols designed to protect the health of the nation.
There have been persons that have not been approved. They either weren't able to access a real-time PCR test, or their PCR test was, more than a month ago, or times like that, and it just was too far to feel safe. That we were not going to be able to put them in a position where we could assure everyone that we weren't putting them at risk, and so we have asked people to get the appropriate test or get a repeat test.
Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.